Hello, everybody. So I'm going to do a little video on a topic that I find really fun, and that is dimensions and planes. For me, this is one of these things that I find myself thinking about all the time. It's a lot of fun. It's one of those topics of conversations that I'm continually having with my guides when we're having our, metaphysical cup of tea together. So it might get a little bit philosophical, it might get a little bit esoteric, it might get a little bit warping of the mind, because these topics really are. Because when we're in this physical form, there's things that we can grasp on a human perspective and a solidified perspective, and there are some things that are a little bit more tricky. But considering we are in Scorpio season, obviously it's a timeless video, but Scorpio very much loves this actualization of stuff, right? And it's to me very noticeable this season, or this month of Scorpio, where the veil being as thin as it is, and the depth that we can go into philosophy and into the non-physical is really, the doors are wide open. So let's just go there, because this is, I believe, is really going to help you with creating what you want in your reality. It's going to really help you find peace and flow with situations that might be a little bit tricky or challenging. And it also is just going to allow you that almost like that free pass to release resistance and fear, should you have any. And what's really interesting about this, and I'm not going to talk about dimensions in the way that some of my friends and colleagues might do when they talk about the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, la la la. You don't tend to hear me talking about that, because my view on that is a little bit different, based on what the Arcturians tell me about it. So instead, I'm going to look at this in this way. We speak a lot about time being right now. We're in this timeless state. And when we're in a timeless state, all the realities and dimensions are woven together in a really flawless and seamless way, to the point where we actually don't see necessarily any other timeline. We just think that we're continuing on in our day to day, and today leads on to tomorrow, which leads on to tomorrow, and and it goes on. But the irony is that we have jumped lots of different timelines within our own life. There are times where we have lived in a life and completely left it and joined another one that's practically identical apart from one thing, And so this is where it gets a lot of fun to think about, because let's say, for example, you want to create something, right? If we take the premise that within this very breath, within this very space, within this very hologram, there are infinite realities overlapping, accessible, right? They're not geographically distant. They're not on a chronological scale distant. They're all right here, right now. What if there was no past? What if there was no Atlantis 10,000 years ago? What if there was no golden age however many years in the future? What if it is all a construct of this particular timeline? Now I'm going on a different tangent here, so let me just reel it back in. When we want to create something, like a version of ourselves that we have yet to embody or feel yet to embody, or a particular outcome, let's say it's vocational. You want to become someone who has that free-flowing abundance, who has the infrastructure of a business around them, who is not working for someone else, but you've created this space for yourself and for whatever you want your business to be. And, you feel like you're in service, you feel satisfied, you feel just having a wonderful time. Well, the joy is that version of you exists somewhere. It already exists. You just have to let it in. And when I say it already exists, it's like you can almost take as a law of assumption that, okay, so then that's already happened. That's already the case. I play this game a little bit with the lottery and quantum manifestation, because that's just a joyful topic for me. It's really fun. And so, for example, whenever I get a scratch card, and this is how I always win on scratch cards, when I get a scratch card, I always get that scratch card and I know that the one that I felt inspired to purchase is already a winner, because in some reality it is already a winner. So then, because I've attuned to that before I go and get something, before I go and pick it up, I know that it's going to at least break even, because I've chosen that from the vibration and the emotion, the energy of of that winning ticket. You see? I'm smelling my window cleaners here. So anyway, the point is that if you are wanting something to occur, maybe it's a relationship, maybe you want to feel in a loving, fulfilled, passionate, equal, power couple dynamic in some dimension or plane, in probably many of them, you already have that. You just have to feel it. So when we look at it in this way, we can find peace in assuming that actually it is already reality, because it is. And when we do that, we actually can release that. Our body releases so much resistance. It's pretty cool if we let it, right? And that's the thing, really, is that the only thing blocking us is our resistance. It's because we doubt. It's because when we create, we're not creating from our thought, from our mind. That's only such a minute percentage of how we create. Our thoughts don't actually do the creation. It's what we are. And what we are is in our subconscious, in our body. So we have to help the body release and relax and let go of the resistance and the doubt that is stopping, the belief that counters what it is that we're wanting to create, right? And that belief comes in with, if we've had experiences in the past where we haven't succeeded, or we haven't done what we want to do, or we've had bad experiences, or emotions that haven't processed, right? They block. And that's most of who we are. That's more of who we are than our actual conscious thoughts. So this is a really fun way to kind of help ourselves release the resistance and welcome in a different dimensional version. So I can go into this in more depth and detail. I can be a little bit more specific. If that is something that is going to be helpful, let me know in the comments, and I will do a follow-up video and get a little bit more specific. Yeah. But I hope that you've enjoyed this little rambling as much as I enjoyed delivering it. See you all soon. Bye for now.